Man, this book is so good. I wonder what everybody else has to say about it. Ah! Not again! Hey, I wonder what the kids team has to say about the book Saturate. Oh look, Dave has his copy out. Hey Dave, I see you've been reading the book Saturate.
Hey, Puppet Julie. Yeah, in fact, I was just looking back at some of my notes and remembering how much I really enjoyed the beginning of the book, where the author kind of told that story of how Jesus was stirring his heart towards this new vision of Jesus saturation.
That's great. Tell me more.
Yeah, actually, I think if I were to boil it all down, it's just a really good reminder that God's plan has always been to reach people through people, and he doesn't just want to do it in the big ministry events that we put on here. He ultimately wants to do it in the everyday stuff of life. And as I read through that, just personally, it was really just a good reminder for me to stop and pause and kind of ask that question, how much of my life does Jesus really have? Ultimately, we all want Jesus in us and flowing through us so that he can impact the lives of the people that he puts around us. So anyways, I thought the whole thing was super inspiring. It's just a great reminder that all of life really does matter, and it should always be our goal to make Jesus the center of everything that we do.
That's so great. I hope God continues to reveal that to you as you go first.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Puppet Julie. Cindy has some really good thoughts and insights on the book as well. You should definitely go talk to her about it.
Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Puppet Julie, how are you?
I'm good. Can you tell me about the book Saturate?
I would love to. I loved this book, and it's all about Jesus. Jesus does it better. Jesus is better. With Jesus, everything is the best. And one of the words that really stood out to me when I was reading is the word believe. This year, my word was believe. And I get so invested in people's lives, their stories, their laughs, their cries. And I've been on this journey, and I just felt Jesus saying that he can take this little New Mexico small town girl, and we can do it together and help change people's lives. So the question is, do I believe it? Yes, I believe it, because apart from him, I can do nothing.
That's so great, Cindy. I want to add that to the VCLA syllabus.
That's a great idea. Yes.
Hey, Puppet Julie, you want some pie? This pie is so yummy.
So yummy. It reminds me of something I ate in Germany.
I heard that was such a good trip, and you guys saw God move in a new way.
Yes, Julie, it was incredible. Speaking of moving, this book Saturate talked about life on mission, and it totally related to my trip with Germany. It gave me new perspective about how when you're on a mission trip, it's super easy to be intentional for a couple weeks when you're pausing your everyday life and can set aside that time to be on mission, and how it's challenging when you're back home and you have to incorporate mission into your everyday life. That's one thing that the book Saturate is really challenging me and to take next steps in being missional in my everyday life.
That's so amazing. I'll be praying for you as you keep chewing on that revelation. Have you seen my name tag?
Oh, no, I haven't. You lost it again?
I know.
Hey, it's okay, Rebecca. Saturate had some really great things to say about identity. You don't need a name tag to tell you who you are.
That's really good, Puppet Julie. What I loved about was in the section all about identity. It gave us some practical steps on when we're struggling with our identity. If we focus on who God is and what he's done for us, that tells us who we are and then now what we'll do. Like, for example, we know that God is a good Father. He's a good God.
He is a good God.
And because he's a good God, he calls us daughters and sons of the King, right? So now we know that we're children of God, so now we can act like children of God and fully live out our purpose he has for us.
Yeah, I love that. I love the whole Saturate book. I listened online at audible.com. And my favorite part was about living with gospel intentionality in the everyday stuff. I mean, it's just looking at things a new way, like where we go and who we encounter. And he gave 6 great practical steps about how we can reach the world. I mean, one of the ideas was eating. We all eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and blessing and listening to other people's stories and knowing God's story. But really the part that meant the most to me, Julie, it was the part about resting. Recreating, it's recreating, isn't it? It's recreating. Anyway, in everything we do, being at rest with Jesus. It's awesome. This book was a super challenge to me.
I'm so glad I came to talk to the kids team today. I know that they're great leaders because
Leaders are readers. Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow.
that doesn't look anything like me.